Any society, in my opinion, must always be having a conversation with itself about who it is, where it's come from, and where it's going. What are the main causes of the age? What are the spirit of the times? Who are we? And that's what I'm passionate about, and that's what this YouTube channel is all about. So I wanted to take this opportunity with this video to give you a little bit more detail about exactly what it is that I'm trying to do and why it is that I do what I do. So if you do like my content, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get updated every time I release a new video. So we certainly live in very interesting times, and we need to talk about what's going on in our world. I've made clear before, I think that we are living through a period of revolution, and times are changing very, very fast. Now, not only with this YouTube channel, but I am also currently writing a book to try to capture the essence of this age and the spirit of this age. It's essentially a kind of a critical analysis of the rapidly evolving, rapidly changing societies in the West. I also discuss as a central theme of the book, what is the role of the individual in a world that I see as tending increasingly and dangerous towards destructive groupthink. And finally, in the battle of ideas and ideologies, which is winning, and what opportunities and dangers lie ahead. So that's what I'm interested in. That's what my book's about, and they're the themes that I try to always come back to in these videos. So if you are interested in the concept of society and the individual's place in it, should the individual serve the state or should the state serve the individual? What a question that is, and you could spend the rest of your life thinking about that. So that's what that's what I'm trying to do. Now, of course, as well, added into that, I'm trying to analyse what's going on at the moment from a number of different angles, all coming back to those themes that I've just talked about. But we are living in very, like I say, interesting times or perilous times. So a lot of my content is has been talking about the challenges that we are all facing at the moment, and how, as a society, we are rising or not rising to those challenges, and what that says about us as people. Are we too distracted to even realise the danger that we're in? Have we become too comfortable? Why are we not having the conversations amongst ourselves, broadly speaking, that we need to have? Why do we appear to not understand ourselves? What are the aims of us in the West at the moment? Have we got a worthy cause? Why do we not appear to be able to communicate well with each other? And why does there seem to be a fairly widespread lack of emotional intelligence, certainly, and some may argue even intelligence? Why are the values of intelligence and emotional intelligence not held in higher esteem in Western societies now? So these are all really, really interesting themes that I like to explore and that I spend a lot of time thinking about. So again, if you are interested, intrigued by this type of content, then please do stick around, because there's a hell of a lot more of it to come. And I think it's when you're trying to, I guess, what am I doing? I guess I'm trying to commentate on the age in which we live, because I find it interesting, and I certainly want to try to find out my place in it. How am I responsible for the mess that we're currently in? What can I do personally and on an individual level to be the solution? And I think that we should all acknowledge that we're responsible for the societies that we produce. The government isn't responsible. The media is not responsible. It's us as individuals who are responsible for the societies that we produce. But we can also choose to not contract the solution out to governments, out to other individuals in society. We can all choose to take the responsibility on ourselves, on our own shoulders, and do what we can to positively influence the world around us, and to take us on the path to a better society than we've got right now. Because I would argue strongly and passionately that society is not in a good shape at the moment. Having said that, there are positives as well, and I see them, and I've been remarking on them a little bit in recent videos. And that brings me to my next point, because there's two strands to what I do. There's the problem, which talks about the background and the context and the reasons, and then there's the solution. And I see a lot of people, me included, talking a lot about the problem in the last year, when we've suddenly realised, or lots of us have suddenly realised, that we have got a huge problem. There are millions of the sleeping masses who still apparently don't realise the issues that we have. But many people now do. And we've discussed the problems at length and continue to discuss the problems at length. But what we also need to really do is find a path to solutions. And that's going to be hard, but it is achievable. And it requires good communication with each other and positive action and solutions and creative thinking. And it's as simple, really, as being honest. I talk about this a lot, as being truthful to ourselves, being willing to really challenge our own belief structures. If we're in cognitive dissonance about the world, if what is happening isn't squaring up with our own existing views on what the world is, then we need to find out what's going on there, and we need to be willing to challenge the things that we believe in, and we need to be willing to admit that we were wrong on, in some points. And that's the conversation, and it requires bravery, courage in great measure, actually. And the bravery to speak truth. It sounds easy, that, to speak truth, but actually a lot of people are scared of the truth. And I think the measure of a person is how much truth can they tolerate, and not just tolerate, but embrace, acknowledge, embrace, tolerate, and then start living their lives through their own personal truth. So that is what I'm trying to do with my life, and I've still got a long way to go. And I try to be self-reflective in my videos as well, and acknowledge, and it's very important that I do this myself, and I think everybody should be doing it. Again, go back to if there's a problem, how am I personally responsible for it? How are you personally responsible for it? But what can I personally do about it, and what can you personally do about it? And how can we tackle the problem by working together in small groups, and then more broadly as we go forward as a society, as well, as we nurture something better, something more spiritual, something more positive. And when it comes to positivity and optimism, I've talked about this a little bit as well. I'm not going to be optimistic just for the sake of it. I'm not one of these people who are going to say, we've just got to stay positive, we've got to stay optimistic. Well, why? Are you going to tell me, are we going to elucidate some kind of reason why we're positive? If you can, then great. Then there's a reason to be positive. But if we're just going to say we've got to stay positive, well, there's not much virtue in that, I'm sorry to say. And also, if we're going to be positive, what are we going to do ourselves to engender a spirit of positivity? So if you hear me talking about being positive, it's because I genuinely do feel positive. If I'm not feeling positive, I won't say anything positive. I'll talk more about the context and the problem and the frustration. I will be honest. Equally with optimism, if I see a reason to be optimistic, and I am seeing a few reasons recently, actually, which is what I have talked about them in some recent videos, then I will gladly, because I want to feel positive, I want to feel optimistic. But I am not building a vision based on false positivity and empty optimism. That is naive, and it is unhelpful, and I will not do it. So if I'm not optimistic, if I'm feeling pessimistic, I'll tell you, because I'll always be honest. And I believe that we need to be honest. There's a lot of fakeness, falseness in society, sycophancy, all these things that are negative values. And we need to, if we don't feel great, we could say it, that's fine. If we're feeling vulnerable, that's fine. Absolutely. There's no problem with admitting that at all. And then it gives even more power to us when we say, right, okay, now we can be positive because this, and this is what I've done to achieve it, or I'm going to do to achieve it. So there we go. So I hope this video helps. If you feel like you want to be part of this journey and what I'm saying resonates with you, if you think what I'm saying strikes a chord with you, both on a psychological level and a spiritual level, and you think that I am bringing positivity and that I'm bringing solutions, as well as making clear what the problems are that we're facing, then, carry on being part of this journey with me. Keep commenting. I really, really value and appreciate anyone who likes my videos, gives me a thumbs up, leaves me a comment and shares. So thanks again for that. And it's so crucial that we have these conversations, that we're honest about ourselves as individuals, what our place is in society and what we can do to bring about a better world. So there we go. That's today's video. And please do let me know what you think. And I look forward to speaking to you some more. All right then. Bye-bye.